Undead Unluck.
I almost did it again, but I stopped myself.
Get fucked.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Fuck Don.
This is Undead Unluck, Chapter 93, The Song of Spring. We're 7 chapters removed from a Chapter 100. Congratulations, I guess.
I really hope they make it to 100, man.
Oh, man. Come on, dude. I mean,
please, guys, let him rock.
Yeah, leave him alone. Please.
Just let him use your resources.
For real.
Continue.
What's it hurting? What's it hurting?
Yeah, is it really putting a dent?
It's a fine series.
You think they're rushing him?
Oh, yeah. They've done it before.
Multiple
for sure.
points.
It's a bummer, but
early, middle, end, fake end, kind of end now.
Kinda
like,
end now.
yeah, it's
somewhat. I guess the very next stage is God himself.
I mean, Fang. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, Fang. The Fang fight could have been the final fight.
Man, I think he saved himself there. He doesn't
he
read
don't
Undead
read.
Unluck.
I only read top chapters. Sorry.
Which you wouldn't know.
Oh, you mean the only one? Damn, Brian.
Give me a list of every top chapter and I'll read
That's
it.
probably the only real one. So, Anyway, start to the chapter. Last we left off, the combined efforts of the Union and Undergangs cut Spring open. I almost dropped that. Cut Spring open and allowing Fuko to go inside and play this dice game with the Spring head proper, the in-training level Spring. And meanwhile, on the outside, Andy is just like, who wants to drink? And he uses his technique, his sword technique, to cut like a bunch of like a tree down, and so that Unbreakable can make sake cups out of it.
Yo, that was real extra.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. I guess he turned all the silverware and dishes and stuff into cherry blossoms. I don't know, man.
He did some shit.
It was real extra, very cultural, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. So, they make sake cups. Rip is just like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? They're about to turn us into cherry trees. And he's like, it's okay. We can drink.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, exactly. So you want to turn into a cherry tree and not be lit?
Yeah.
The fuck?
That's the best way.
That's the alternative.
You want to be you don't want to be a lit cherry tree, bro? You're wasting your time, my time, everyone's time.
Ain't no way I ain't smoking a blunt before I get turned into a fucking cherry blossom tree forever.
Forever?
What if you
forever?
Yeah,
forever?
Because that might be the situation where I could stay high as a cherry blossom tree forever, and that's better than just being a standard cherry blossom tree, as I'd imagine.
That's an interesting thought. Will you stay drunk or high as a cherry tree if you drink or smoke yourself to inebriation prior to turning into a tree?
I'm pretty sure I'd have to ask Yoshifumi Tozuka. I think he knows.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Fugo is just pulling Spring out. I didn't even know that's where this was going. I thought they were going to play inside of this giant Spring thing. But yeah, she yanks in training Spring out and throws herself into Andy's arms. And Spring's like, what's going on here? And he's like, all of the members of Union and Under lift their sake cups and take a drink to celebrate the Spring viewing that's about to happen. So, whether they win or lose, they're preparing for the cherry blossoms to come.
Win or lose, we're going to be lit.
Yeah!
We're going to be drunk.
Drunk. We're going to drink through your entire last game. And you know what, Spring? You're going to drink too. So they stuff sake down Spring's tiny head. I don't even know where it goes.
Yeah, beyond peer pressure. I mean, that's
just bad friends.
yeah.
No, please, I've been sober for 400 years.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
So yeah, Spring is actually pretty lit. He's very happy. He's like, whoa, I'm fucked up, bro. Everyone's getting fucked up, and the game begins. So, they're about to roll the dice, and they talk about how Andy is half a tree by now, and is talking about how simply living out your days isn't necessarily the best.
He looks like Groot. Oh my god! And he's so cash about it too.
Yeah, he's like living towards a good and eventual end is what life is all about. Spring wanted people to love him so much, and now with your unluck, your love, you could help him die.
That actually hit me pretty deep, man. Living toward a good and eventual end is what life's all about. It's so sobering.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to get super existential, guys, but man, sometimes I think about death. Not like suicide or nothing like that, but just like, damn, what is death?
Well, Spring's about to find out.
Yeah, he's about to find out, man. And it's, I guess we may not know what it is or what happens at that point, but we can try our best to make the best of it until then.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Spring wants this. Spring is like, yes, please.
Oh, he's been begging for death since the beginning.
Please kill me. God.
Can I just die already?
Please.
Come on, Fuko.
Yeah. They already know. It's pretty automatic that Spring's going to die at this point because Fuko has reached the point of love for Spring that the unluck that she gives to Spring will be pretty fatal. So
I mean, it overpowers the luck that he has. Because remember, that is, that's kind of like the dynamic going here.
Yeah.
And why she had to get to a certain point first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they call their dice, and at the end of the day, Fuko wins, and Spring is like, Ishin, today seems to be that day. So it's even. And he starts to fade away, sad style, where he's like, thank you for the good unluck, Lady Fuko. And as he's fading away, that's when Ishin pulls up. And they actually have a conversation that they didn't get to have before, where Spring is like, I am sorry, but I must say that I am the one who killed your great ancestor. I am sure you detest everything to do with Spring. And Ishin says on the contrary, is like, no, I love Spring. The unbreakable teachings that were acquired in Spring have been passed over the course of 150 years. So, because of you, I am who I am, and my family became who they were and accomplished the things they did.
Right.
So, Ishin is the name we carry as blacksmiths, but as for the names we carry as people from birth, we add a certain character to them. And he says that my other name is Haruka Yamaoka. Haruka, the Song of Spring. So I think the character that they always add is this character for Spring.
Just Spring, yeah.
Yeah. In their name. So, and this warms Spring's dying little heart. As he's fading away, he's like, so I see, I shall end things with one last recital. And we get a 2-page spread of Spring finally fading away with a poem. And it's very sad. Warmth and kindness have ushered in a change in this set of rules that I shall cherish with pride. For I am the spring itself. Very sad, and that's where the
ushered in a change. That is, yeah. Is spring the season of change? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Japanese it's culture, seen as like a coming of age season.
You know what happened? You know why I almost denied that for a second? Literally because of Avatar. Check this out. So when you remember the one of my favorite scenes is when Iroh is breaking down the elements to Zuko.
Oh, that's one of my favorite scenes
so
of all time.
Awesome. And I wish they did a little bit more of that. But he when he talks about water, he says initially that water is the element of change, which made total sense because of the different states of matter it could be in, and plus how it reflected the culture. Right. But water, the element of water, its season is supposed to be winter. So I guess I was just like, oh, well, that wouldn't make sense, right? Change and spring. But no, it's those. First of all, that's two different. One's Avatar, which is based a lot on, I think, mostly like Chinese folklore, more so than strict, Japanese, although they take inspiration from many different like Asian cultures and, even African. Mm-hmm. Did I finish my thought?
No, you were
what the fuck was I saying?
You were talking about
I'm tired, guys. I've been up since 4 in the morning.
Spring being the change thing.
No, that's it. I guess that was it. Like I was like, yeah, it is. Spring is the season for change, even though water is the element of change as well.
Yeah.
Winter is not the season of change. It's the season of brick. Of layer the fuck up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo ass gonna be shivering.
Yeah. That was Undead Unluck. I like this chapter a lot. This arc, I feel like this arc was definitely supposed to be a little bit more to it. You could definitely feel like after Top's fight and Top and Chikara fight, they basically fast forwarded to this final confrontation with Spring, because what we were supposed to get were like individual battles with the members of Under, and we only got one. So I feel like, and I've noticed that Undead Unluck has been ranking particularly low as of late. So I'm wondering if that had an effect on the writer of this series. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name. Tozuka's like pacing for this story. Yeah. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but you know what? At the same time, he still like made it work. He delivered a really touching story. There is a beauty to Spring, and a very much of a depth that we had here than we did with the other seasons that they faced up to this point. So I very much appreciate the time and what it really means for Fuko.
Yeah,
in general. You know, but because her whole arc is about like her negation is the strongest. Like the more you love someone, so the more she loves somebody, the stronger strokes of unluck that she delivers upon them. So you know, it's all her coming to terms with that and being able to use that for a positive gain and not being afraid of it, as she was at the start of the series where she was about to kill herself.
Yeah, because of the despair over her quirk, you know?
Of her what now?
Negation.
Of her what now?
Shut up, Brian. But, yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say.
I try to think really hard about if that was a metaphor for something, or if it was like maybe there's like between the love and unluck, like maybe there was something trying to be said there. And I feel like whatever it is, it's not as complicated as complex as maybe I might make it try to seem. I think it's something simple along the lines of like, you know, bad shit happens to the people you care about, but you shouldn't let that from stopping you to care about people.
Well, when you think about it, like the outside, the on the surface, every like really backfire in terms of the negations has been a direct result of God interfering. Like you see it with Top.
That sounds so funny.
It is. Yeah, God is the main. God himself is the main antagonist of this series, guys. So
he's the main.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
I mean, that's what they call him. So you know, God has an ability to come down and interfere with negations and rules. That's what he did with Spring here. So on the surface, that's what it is. And I'm wondering when they meet him and when they fight him, what the fucking... I feel like that's when the significance will be revealed, obviously. But
right.
As it stands now, it's a direct like mechanic of the conflict that it's all God's doing. You know, why has God forsaken us? But yeah, I mean, I think that's it for me in terms of Undead Unluck. I'm wondering where it's going to go next, because I can't see Undead Unluck going another long arc outside of the final one,
right?
Where they finally face God. So we may be losing Undead Unluck in the next few months. We may be losing Black Clover in the next few months.
Yeah,
this year may be a big change for our lineup on a lot of levels. We may be losing My Hero in this year.
Wow!
At some point.
We got a couple of potential up and comers.
I mean, always, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's the beauty
like
of this, right?
Duran.
I'm never gonna say the name of that series.
Doran. I've been keeping an eye on it, but we'll see.
If Mashal,
we'll get to it when we get to it.
If Mashal isn't just a complete gag manga still at this point, then I would.
Hey, we'll have 3 spots to fill.
We'll figure it out.
And we won't have to be picky, but that's not the
yeah,
point.
You're right. We won't have to be too picky.
But that's not the point of what I wanted to say. I'm just worried that like Undead Unluck doesn't have much to go, and I hope it sticks around. I hope they just fucking give him a shot. Jesus Christ, give the man a shot. Who cares?
Right.